Welcome to the Holy Yogi, where we help you find the guru inside of you. Hello, beautiful. Hello, handsome. How are you doing today? And if no one has told you today that they love you, much love to each and every single one of you today. Well, today in our wonderful peace place, we are going to talk about how to cure any addiction naturally. Yep, you have the ability within inside of you to cure any addiction that you may have, and I want you to learn how to do it today. So do me a favor right now, like, comment, and subscribe, because you want to take some copious notes on exactly what you need to do to help you or yourself or your family or your friend cure yourself of any type of addiction that you may have. Okay, so Elan, how are we going to do this? First and foremost, let's talk about addiction. Okay, what is an addiction? It's something that you do repetitively, let's get that word out there, over and over again, that has a negative effect on you or situations and circumstances around you, family, friends, loved one, job, etc., that causes you pain, some form of pain or suffering. For example, a lot of people don't believe these are addictions, but a lot of people have a food addiction. Some people have a social media addiction. Some people have video gaming addiction. Some people have a texting addiction. Some people have an addiction to drugs, to sex, to and negative emotions, being angry, okay, being jealous, being envious. People don't realize that emotions are addictive too. So a lot of us have a lot of work to do. So I'm going to talk about me and my personal addictions, to maybe you can find some of your addictions inside of you. I had addiction to food. I had addiction to, I love my carbos, my bread, which is a food. And I had, I had addiction to anger. Matter of fact, the addiction to anger contributed to me acquiring cancer. Okay. Also, my addiction to food. I almost got into a car accident. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. When I was driving, trying to rush through rush hour traffic, that's when I realized I had addiction, and almost got into a car accident to make Baskin-Robbins, because I love mint chocolate chip Baskin-Robbins. That was my ice cream. Going through, rushing from work to go get this ice cream before they had closed. Yeah, that's when I knew I had a problem. And that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes people don't realize they have a problem until they realize that they're doing something over and over again. That bad habit that's contributing to becoming obese, overweight, that starts to affect your health. And now you have acquired, cancer, or you've acquired high blood pressure and diabetes. Addiction is sugar. Some people got to, they got to have their sugar or their Coca-Cola. A lot of people are addicted to sodas and things of that nature that causes the obesity. That sugar causes diabetes, which causes you to go on dialysis, etc. And sometimes, unfortunately, an early death. So we got to really analyze that. Some people I've actually had even read where some people had addiction to the game of video games. One couple was addicted to a game in regards to how to parenting, and they actually contribute to the death of their child. And that's why we need to really cover these things, because we trivialize addiction and think it's always just about alcohol addiction or opioid addiction, drugs and things of that nature. But, basic daily things, like I said, that you do every day that can cause harm to yourself or your family and friends. Some people have an addiction for, like I mentioned to you, an addiction for anger. Like, I realized that I really had, like, oh, I'm not angry. Well, you don't realize it until, I've acquired cancer and I dug deep within inside of myself. Oh yeah, I got a problem because now I'm contributing to my demise. And I found out that anger was a major component. And I realized, fussing at my kids every single day, getting angry about something every single day. And I was like, wow, I didn't even realize it, because it's sad to say it's become the norm for parents to correct and fuss at their kids and fuss at the world and fuss at you. I saw road rage just the other day online, where this man had literally jumped on a car in front of him. I guess he wanted to finish his point of argument. The other person just started driving a car, and they're going around a major highway at 40, 50 miles an hour while he's hanging on over this road rage, okay? This anger, this enormous amount of anger. And that's when it becomes destructive, when it really starts to affect your life and your livelihood of yourself and other people, when it becomes real dangerous. And that's when you know you've got a major problem. So those some things may be good in essence, playing games and going on social media, but if it starts to really contribute to, you becoming unhealthy or developing a disease or making your life miserable, your social experience with your family, friends, and loved ones, or just with a normal everyday person in traffic, rush hour traffic, well, there's something that we need to solve. So realizing that the addiction is there, the first thing that we really want to do once we find out that we do have a problem and that we do have an addiction is that, number one, we need to acknowledge it and accept it. Accept the fact that, Elon, you have an addiction to anger, okay? We've been taught, and here's where the programming comes about, because we've been taught and programmed to believe that anger is natural. To get angry is a normal emotion. And that's when I did my research and when I did my studying, when I started to get more into my spirituality, I realized your natural emotion, Elon, is love, peace, happiness, and joy. And that is what you were born with. So if you notice, it's about reprogramming our minds to the truth of who we actually are. In addition to that, my addiction to food, realizing that having comfort foods like milk and sugar, and like when not enough sugar is going on in your life or sweetness in your life, you look out for that sweetness outside of yourself and you find that comfort in food. Milk, mother's breast milk, being nurtured and cared for. So if you're not nurtured and cared for in your life, or you're not nurturing, more importantly, and caring for yourself, because remember, we can't force other people to love us the way we want to be loved, but we can learn to love ourselves, to give us an enormous amount of love that's missing in our lives, okay? So that's where the food addiction came in, and for the comforting that food brought to my soul. What I had to do was learn to what? Love myself, and loving myself more than I was loving the food, or the thought that the food was providing me, or filling that hole within inside of me of happiness and joy and fulfillment, okay? So I hope everybody's really getting that, okay? All right, now pay attention. This is really possible. I want you to see that love back there, because I just want you to really vibrate on love, because all this information that I'm sharing with you today is focused on giving you a whole lot of love, okay? And I want you to stick close to that, okay? Because it's all about loving yourself. We're getting back into the business or making ourselves the love of our lives and loving ourselves. That's the best way, because love is what? The greatest medicine of them all. It cures all disease. Beautiful thing about it, it's free and available to you every millisecond, every single day of every hour, because you're in the business now of getting back into loving yourself so you can destroy all that destructive behavior and getting back to your original godliness self, because God is what? Love. There you go, God, Goddess. There you go. That's what we're talking about. So now that we've realized and we've admitted that we've got the challenge, the next thing that we want to do is number 2. Well, no. Number one, we're admitting we have the challenge that we have. And then what we're going to do is immediately we're going to pray on it. Prayer is our conversation with God. And back to those basic things that I've been teaching you over the last couple of months. Okay? So we're going to pray. It's our conversation with God. Dear Heavenly Spirit, Divine Gracious Mother, Father God, instill within me the ability to love myself enough to release my food challenges. I am balancing my relationship with my food because I am at peace with who and what I am, and I'm filled with enough love, enough peace, enough joy, enough happiness to live a wonderful life. So that's what's really important, is that we start to convert the words and we don't say, here we go. Here, this is real important. First, we acknowledge we have a challenge, okay? But we've got to remove the words addiction, okay? We are not addicted to anything. We're going to faith it until we make it. Faith is feeling as if the thing has already happened. We have faith that we are already healed. So instead of saying that I'm addicted to coffee or I'm addicted to ice cream, okay, I am having ice cream now. I am enjoying my ice cream now. And I'm eating just enough to be satisfied. Okay? Okay. I am a loving soul. I am a loving soul. Don't give any more power, because life and death is in the power of the tongue. Don't give any more power to you. I am an angry person. I am addicted to anger. No, we're changing our whole entire vocabulary, but more importantly, we're changing our thoughts. Back to that prayer. That prayer is our thoughts. Okay? So what we are doing is we are not asking, quote unquote, God to heal me of my food addiction or to heal me of my anger issues. Okay? We are going to ask the universe, the God within inside of us, to focus on what I am. I am happy. I am at peace. I am calm, cool, and collected. Okay? I am sweetness in my own life. I am enjoying a healthy, balanced meal, and I'm eating just the right amount of those sweets to make me satisfied. Those are important words that we do. So we start incorporating the positive affirmations in regards to that, and we tell the universe, thank you. Then in our meditation, we visualize us being nice to the people that would be nice to our children when they do something inappropriate. Because we think we get anger, that's going to immediately affect a response of them to correct their behavior right away, and normally it does. But the illusion is, guess what? We've done that before. Guess what? They go back to that negative behavior because we've given out negative reinforcements of the anger, okay? So now what you want to do is visualize yourself, quieting your mind, visualize yourself, being nice and being compassionate and considerate, and try to go, just start off small, 24 hours without getting angry, okay? 24 hours, once again, we're not going to give any power to the word anymore. 24 hours of being a peaceful soul, okay? Makes sense, right? All right? So we visualize that in our meditation. We do affirmations. I am a peaceful soul, 108 times. Completion, okay? All right, we take nice little baby steps. And as we start to do that, the body will naturally respond. Remember, mind over matter. As above, so below. We've heard that before, haven't we? And so we realize that our mind has power over our body. And now we're going to work towards that, okay? So through our meditation, we're going to visualize it, we're going to affirm it, and we're going to get really quiet, and we're going to marinate, because remember, meditation is God's answer back to us. And then we feel the vibrational force of God protecting us, guiding us, and nurturing us through the process of healing. Remember, in a place of where there is spirit, there is love, there is nurturing, there is caregiving, there is compassion, there is truth, justice, righteousness, order, balance, reciprocity, and harmony. Yes, you're going to be happy, you're going to be in a place of healthiness, and you're going to be in a place of harmony. Okay? So, after you go through these particular processes, you're going to see some miraculous results happen. And take your time and be gracious to yourself, okay? Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? It will take some time, and it's okay. Now, I'll be honest with you. If you decide instantaneously, I've seen it happen. Instantaneously. My father was addicted to drugs. He was addicted to cocaine, marijuana, alcohol, crack, you name it, and he decided immediately, mind over matter, that he had had enough. His last time, he was literally in a gutter. He had thought somebody had robbed him. He woke up not knowing where he was or what had happened, but he knew instantaneously he had to make a shift, and he had to make a change immediately. So, with that in mind, he made up his mind and stopped that day. And from that day forward, he never had another drink or alcohol, except no relapses. I can remember a friend of mine, a peer of mine, who loved vegan, who wanted to become a vegan, and who was on a regular diet. Because of the health benefits, he felt like literally he was going to die, and he knew he had to change his diet. Get it? Diet. In order to, live, and he had a major motivation, so he immediately became a vegan. He stopped. I was shocked. Years later, I was like, you don't have a desire for any salmon? You want anything to eat? He just went cold turkey. Now, for me, even though I knew that a vegan diet was great for me, I went through gradual progression. For me, I had to go from vegetarianism to pesco-polo vegetarian, to octolova vegetarian, to vegan. From vegan, went and shifted all the way to vegan raw, and now, we're focused on, what's the new thing that's out right now? Vegan, clean, keto diet. I'm trying that out now, as far as that is concerned. So what I'm saying, it takes, for some people, it'll take time in a minute, but this is what I don't want you to do. If you have quote-unquote a relapse, don't beat yourself up. Every millisecond, every hour is love, acceptance, and forgiving. You can change. You can reform yourself, and you can start all over again. You have many opportunities to start all over again, because that's what life is all about. Every millisecond of every single hour is about love, acceptance, and forgiveness. Love, acceptance, and forgiveness. And you can do that for yourself, your heart, and your soul. So there you go. How to cure yourself from any addiction. How you can heal yourself from any addiction naturally. It is truly simple. It is simple. I didn't say it was easy, but I'm going to put that positive energy out there to you, that it can be easy if you choose it for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, you are that magnificent, and you are that powerful. That's just why the universe can provide for the birds, bees, flowers, and trees. The universe is going to provide for you no matter what you're going through. And I can honestly say, through personal experience, if it can work for me, it can work for you. There's nothing special about me that's not special about you. I had to put in the work, the time, and the energy, and everything that I am suggesting for you to do, I know you can do. Because you may not realize this, and I'll be happy, one thing about me, I'm transparent. I tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me, God. Because I know by sharing my story with you is going to help heal somebody else. I had my first beer when I was 5 years old, my first joint when I was 8 years old, my first cigarette when I was 10 years old, and also reading Playboy magazine, care of my dad, who was an Aquarius and believed in free life, free living, and everybody has the opportunity to choose their destiny for yourself. Now, not very good parenting skills, that is clear. But the beautiful thing about it is, God instilled inside of me, even though I was a young child, I knew the difference between what was right and I knew the difference between what was wrong. We all have that inside of ourselves. And I gradually learned, because I wanted my dad's love, false expression of love, I acquiesced and participated in activities that were not healthy for me at all. But the beautiful thing about it is, because there's always the blessing in the lesson, was that I learned at a very early age that I had control over any outside interference to my highest and greatest good. And I knew instantaneously, because when I started to drink a little too much, unfortunately, alcoholism, drug addiction runs on both sides of my family, my mother's side of the family and my father's side of the family. So I had the opportunity to see it on both sides of the family. And I never liked the way it made me feel when I smelled the breath and the hugs, and I saw the destruction that was going on in their lives, marriages failing, lives failing, dying young because of their addiction to the drugs and the alcohol. Just living, not being able to have a life with my dad because, immediately my mom terminated my relationship with him because of his issues with drugs and the like. So I saw all the destructive things that these acts did, that when it became my opportunity to partake of these things, I knew that they were not healthy. And I knew when I got to the point where it became destructive in my life, me not being able to achieve success in school. I'm at college, college, come on, let's talk, let's tell the truth. College, a lot of addictions are created, etc. while we're there, trying to live up and drinking, I think I was in Kool-Aid, drinking 100% grain alcohol, drank that whole thing and could function normally. Then I knew I really had a problem. So I immediately, once again, kicked it out, terminated it, and moved on. But sometimes what we tend to do is we heal one addiction inadvertently and create another. Here I am having wonderful ice cream. You see, this is how it happens. But the moral of the story is learning the Ma'at principles. The Ma'at principles of balance and harmony. We know, like anything in life, any type of addiction, too little water will make us dehydrated and we can die from dehydration. Too much water will drown. So all life is about balancing every aspect of our lives. Okay, because sometimes when things are just absolutely great, that's why the addiction to sex for so many people, it makes you feel so good and so happy and so alive, and that climax makes you feel like you've gone to heaven because you feel that absolute bliss. But like anything in life, having it over and over and over again, and then I have it excessively with different people and anybody and everybody, oh well, and then you're ruining relationships with people and things of that nature. Now you're being abused and then you're abusing other people, etc. Then all things in balance. Learning to develop, and once again, learn to have that happy, good feeling naturally, like being on a natural high. And that's what I'm on. I'm on a natural high because I'm at peace with myself. I am loving myself, and seeing that how I'm loving myself by making sure I'm eating the right foods that are good and healthy for me, by making sure that I'm having the right relationships, by not letting my emotions get the best of me. And when I see someone doing something that I don't like them to do or don't want them to do, I just say in a very calm fashion, please do not do XYZ. It makes me uncomfortable. Yada, 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 yada. But what helps you get to that place of peace and tranquility, awareness, 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 is through our prayers and through our meditations and through our affirmations and through our visualizations. This is where we get the opportunity in order to see the truth for what it really is. And then when we fill that void with God's love and God's joy and God's peace and God's happiness, well, we have everything that we want inside of ourselves, and we realize we don't have to look outside of ourselves for anything to find our peace, to be full of life and love. With that said, I want to thank you so much for being here today. I mean, I know a lot of people could relate to this. Ding, 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 ding. I know you're feeling the vibe that I'm feeling right now. So what I want you to do is like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Ding, 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 ding. So the next time when I come up with more phenomenal information that's going to help you live a phenomenal life, remember the yogi in you is born again already. It's just waiting for you to wake up. You woke yet? Thanks so much for being on it, and I hope you enjoyed what we shared with you today. How to cure addiction naturally. Yes, you can. I see you tomorrow.